And this is where it comes down to, like, Dave and I can stand up here and we can spitball and we can pull sites apart with our own personal experience and our thoughts and stuff, but it comes down to what the actual market says and the users on your site. So things like split testing. These websites are identical except for the red and green button. Having a red button increased conversions by 21%. So 21% more people who actually came to your site actually converted. There's another split test here. Just some slight changes, putting a photo of a girl on there, moving the map down, making some few changes. Changed the conversion rate of that page by 6.1%. Another one here. A couple of changes from left to right. The right-hand side performed better with a 65% bounce rate. Now, what a bounce rate is, when someone comes to your site for the very first time, if they just leave straight away without clicking any further on your site, it's called a bounce. They come in and they leave. You know, that pretty much means that your site wasn't relevant to them. Most people will actually click through a few links and play around on the site. So by putting that holiday sale in there, had a 65% better bounce rate. So 65% of people, more people stayed on the site, basically. And there's a couple of ways to do this by using Google Analytics and Google Website Optimizer. Now, we're actually running out of time. I was going to actually jump inside and play around with this, which I might do if we've got some time later today, or actually do another video and actually jump in and show you some stuff. But just to give you a quick overview of what is possible, I recently relaunched the MCG stuff. I actually had some carpet left over and redid a series of frames and that sort of stuff. And part of that launch, I actually drove traffic to this site and got people to pre-register their interest in owning a piece of the MCG and build up a list that I could market to. And there's basically 3 elements of this site that I tested. A headline, I recorded 3 different videos, and I actually reworded this opt-in pitch here 3 different ways. And then inside Website Optimizer, which is a Google tool, which allows you to actually grab parts of your site and say, this is the headline, this is the video, this is the opt-in box, and actually sort of segregate those sites and put in 3 different combinations of each. And so I've got 3 different headlines, 3 different videos, and 3 different opt-in boxes. And it'll actually, when people go to the site, just magically pick a combination and go, okay, this headline A, video A, this is A, this is combination 1. Headline A, video A, opt-in box 2 is combination B, and so on and so forth. To give you an idea of just how that actually affected it, there was one combination here, combination 7 at the bottom, that had a conversion rate of 4.85%. So 4.85% of people who came to that page with that particular combination opted in. A different combination got a 10.5% conversion opt-in rate. So a double conversion with a different configuration of headline, video, and opt-in box. So if I just went and put my website up and actually, just by sheer luck or dumb luck or accident, I actually chose this combination, I lost half the traffic that came to my site that could have been buyers. So you want to actually start testing this sort of stuff, and it's pretty easy to do, and I'll run through a separate video and send it to you guys separately of how sort of this thing works and what's available. Really, really simple, and you don't have to do it. You can find people in the Philippines to do it. You can actually, get your 15-year-old pimply nephew to do it for you. This sort of stuff is pretty easy to do, or tell your website guy to do it. It's really simple, and it's all free. Google will give you this for free because they're trying to make your sites better so their users get a better experience when they come through your site. And also, really quickly, and again, I'll go into more depth in a later video, which will be part of the DVD set, but won't be, obviously, I'll email it to you, is Google Analytics. Basically, Google has a tool that actually, you put some code in your website, and it tracks your user's experience on your site. So again, it's not you making just blind decisions going, yeah, I don't really like pink anymore, I'm going to change the site to orange. It's actually doing it on real data. And to give you an idea of what sort of stuff you can actually get out of analytics, I'm just looking again at that particular Own the G website. Just for the month of April, we had just under 4,000 visitors to the site in that month. The average visitor looked at 1.5 pages. Now this website, as you see, really didn't have much depth to it for a particular reason. There was a couple of contact us pages and about us pages at the bottom, but the aim was to get people to look at the video and then give me their name and email address so I can hit them with marketing after the fact. And you can do stuff through here. You can go into looking at content, and analytics will show you of your website which pages have the most views, to actually work out what pages get the most views, so you can actually look at and change and adjust your site navigation and the content on your site to actually match what people are actually looking at. You can look at the top landing pages. So if you have a website with 1,800 pages or even 20 pages, what pages are people coming to first when they see your website? People don't always come into your home page or your website through the index page. Sometimes they actually come in through your About Us page or a blog post. If you're ranking for Dentist South Yarra and that's a blog post, that's the page that's actually ranking Google, and that's the page I'll see first. So you might want to change those pages based on this is a first-time viewer. You might find that for a lot of sites, the index page isn't your most visited or your most viewed landing page. It shows you sort of different ways where people are coming from. You can go into here and see what are your top traffic areas. For the MCG stuff, we had most people came directly through some marketing that I was doing. Other people came through Fox Sports, Facebook advertising, which we'll talk about later, Google CPC, which is the AdWords network, and then it didn't get a lot of SEO stuff because it wasn't the aim, but you actually get an idea of where people are coming from, and you can actually optimize and focus on that. You can manage only what you measure, and these sort of tools are designed to do that. So I'll jump in and give a good half-hour video on all this sort of stuff that I'll send out to you guys later, but I encourage you to really think about it and actually look at using some of this stuff. So it's actually testing it, because it's not about you, it's about the user.